beauty of the fish that attracts me. The grace, the character of the fish.
因为它有很多面的繁殖，好像你去配种啊，可以跑出很多那种奇奇怪怪的器材出来咯。颜色的方面呢，还有线条了，很多了。
I was so much captivated by the beauty and the majesty of the discus fish.
With their round, flat bodies and iridescent colors, there are few sights more impressive than a discus in full glory. You needn't guess too hard as to why these flat, round fish are called discus. But few of you may know that this fish, because of its shape, is considered one of the best for an aquarium. And because of their good looks, the discus are generally regarded as royalty among aquarium fishes.
I started keeping discus about 20 years ago. I first brought some brown discus, and in those days you had only brown discus, brown green discus. We don't have all these modern varieties kind of discus. We don't have all these new strains, so there were very limited strains those days.
In its natural habitat, this king of the aquarium is found in the Amazon River, mainly in Brazil. In the wild, the fish is normally a dull brown color, but the South American native has since been developed and crossbred to a myriad of colors.
Over the years, from the wild discus, we developed all these new strains of discus that you see nowadays in the fish shop, in the hobbyist house. Okay, we have got many kinds. As you know, there are a lot of. They fall mainly into two main categories: the solid discus and the pattern discus. Okay, so some of them are developed by selective breeding, some by crossbreeding. Then sometimes some of these time-bred discus are developed through mutation.
More than 700,000 discuses are bred here in Singapore annually, and the country is one of the few which has succeeded in bringing color to the discus. An early example of a made-in-Singapore discus is the San Merah. The name comes from the hobbyist known as Asan who bred it. This local red beauty staked its claim to fame when it caught the attention and hearts of judges at an international competition. Now the San Merah is a popular export to countries as far away as Europe.
最初呢，就是卖到那个台湾去咯，连到台湾呢，后来呢又卖去日本咯，中国啦、香港啦，现在已经我看多数很多国家都知道我这条鱼，因为我也销去美国咯，夏威夷也有。自从我有养过一对那个野生种啦，然后我就从那个野生种配出那个小鱼。 等到那个小鱼长大的时候，我就看到那个San Merah的特别是说，它是从小就没有疤线的，没有那个 vertical bar， 连它的特别就是说，没有那个黑线，连整身没有那个线条的，整只是变成 solid color， 红色的哦，啊，是特别就在这边。
This is the private laboratory of another discus enthusiast. Tucked away in the backyard of his bungalow, this retired teacher gets peace and quiet to genetically tinker with his discus. He's one of the top local discus breeders and has also put Singapore on the world discus breeding map with his creation, Singapore Fireworks.
I started breeding the red spotted wild green with my snake skin, and the first brood that I got was sometime in 9th of August, that's our National Day, 1997. And by 1998, they already turned adult. And I noticed that the fish has a very special pattern with the red spots as well as the snake skin pattern from both parents, from the wild as well as from the snake skin. And finally, I gave the fish Singapore Fireworks. The name Singapore Fireworks. Why? Because I thought the fish were born on National Day.
And this is Singapore's world grand champ in discus fish. It took top honours at the international discus competition held in Duisburg, Germany last year. This handsome specimen is a webbed leopard snake skin and is the hard work of its breeder, Chai Kun Seng. This winner has created a big splash for Chai in the discus world.
If a breeder, they win the award, we have to prove we have this skill to produce more good discus. It's very important if we win the award, especially the world champion. That will make our discus more well known. I can tell is my business is more better and better because I receive a lot of email from they're asking for my discus from overseas. I export to UK and Germany, USA, Korea, Taiwan and Japan.
If you're lucky enough to possess a discus champ like this one, you would soon want to test the waters by going into business yourself. Winnie Neo is one of the few women discus breeders here and a rare breed herself. Just 3 months ago, she took the plunge and set up business with an old friend. That's after she produced a winning discus fish in the wild form category.
You see, as a hobbyist, the one very important thing that all the hobbyists would want to try is to breed them, to get something new out of it. Because as we keep producing, crossing them, we get more and more. So we just got to get some out of it because space limited and a lot of time is needed. So can't take care of so much, and then otherwise it's going to occupy the whole house. And that's where we start selling.
But is there a difference between raising discus as a showpiece for competition and one meant for display in home aquariums? The answer is yes, according to this expert who has been a judge at many international and local discus competitions.
We give about 60% of points for a physical appearance in the show grade discus and 40% in the patterns and line markings. Okay, that's a rough idea of what a judging criteria is. Whereas for commercial people, commercial fishers is different. You don't need to have a very nice discus to sell. What you need is a popular discus to sell. So if a discus which is not so nice, for instance, and then which is saleable, the price is reasonable, and that's all the commercial people want.
Discus thrive in warm, soft and slightly acidic waters that are very low in dissolved carbon dioxide and ammonia. And with the right water balance in the tank, you'll find the discus fish swimming in self-confident schools. When properly kept, the discus is not shy and would quickly swim right up to the front of the tank, hovering as if saying, "Hi and bye, hope to see you again."
I'm going to slime my fish friends now. Fish are slimy creatures. That's because they need slime to protect them from parasites and diseases, and to help them move through the water faster.
One of the main mysteries of the discus is how to tell the two sexes apart. Determining their sex is difficult, as discus have no clear external sexual characteristics. The only certain way to tell the sexes apart is during the spawning process. Discus take approximately 1 year to become full adults. By that time, nature will take its course and the fish will form pairs by themselves.
So once one male and one female going to one corner, that one normally is a breeding pair. So you just take out the two of the discus, then you put in the breeding tank, like a 2-feet tank. Normally the breeding program is started. So you just concentrate at the water quality, the temperature and the pH, and every day you just keep on changing some water that will make your discus more faster to breeding.
The breeding process, which is taking place here in this tank, is almost a ritual. The fish seem to bow to each other politely. This is a signal of their intentions to mate. The pair will stick together until the female discus is ready to lay her eggs or spawn. The discus will also protect its partner, getting aggressive to prevent other suitors from distracting and stealing its mate away.
And now, for example, for this fish, you realize that the fin, all right, there's a darker color, a ring, just like a ring them up around it. This is a sign of ready to mate, a matured sign. Okay, you would see this in a matured fish.
In selecting a pair to breed, you have to first decide from the start what type of strain you're trying to achieve. You can then think of crossbreeding or line breeding the fish. This is to fine-tune the desired features.
It's a pair of fish discus that I purposely selected for crossbreeding. The reason why I want to crossbreed this pair is essentially because I want to improve the striation on this white spotted snake, and I want to improve on the eye color. In other words, I'm trying to put on the red iris onto the other fish which has got white iris. This is how we're trying to crossbreed and improve on the strain. And further down, this pair of fish are specially selected for me to, this is what I call selective breeding. In other words, these are my two pairs which has got the nicest spots. So what I'm trying to achieve from this pair is to produce offspring which has got nicer spots than this. And this is the one batch of offspring that I managed to get, and they are from this pair, and they are a real treasure to me.
Discus are difficult to breed and are often a challenge to breeders. It's a long process with no guarantees.
We set up something that we want, but of course, we will not get it one shot, that we get this A and B to cross, get the C, and then that's what we want. We need many generation crossing. It depends on the genetic, how we pick them and cross them. And that is why it's not an easy task, in the sense that in 1-2 years that you can make it. A world-famous breeder for certain species, they need 4 or 5 years even to really achieve something and to stabilize the genes. So that will go after the generations of crossing.
Actually, it's not easy because we do not have a scientific lab to study the formation of genes and the significance of the genes to play with. So we breed the fish just by chance.
Correct ambience can certainly get the couple in the right mood, like this fish boudoir at Asan's farm. Soft lighting, the filter humming hypnotically away, and the water temperature turned up ever so slightly to create the right setting for romance in the tank. This is a spawning pair. You can tell because at times they twitch from head to tail, the telltale sign that spawning is imminent. When both are ready, the pair will be busy at work cleaning the spawning cone before the female lays her eggs in neat rows on it.
If you have breeding cone, maybe you have to cover it after the parents spawn about 2 hours. So you use a net to cover it, to protect the egg eaten by the parent. So after clean up the breeding cone,